So we're talking NXT Takeover Dallas predictions. That calls for a brand new, different song for my intro. One that's gonna pump us up, get us excited, and just get us in the mood. So pretty much, here we go. What's up, jabroni? Steven here, and welcome to WrestleMania weekend. And we're starting off WrestleMania weekend with a bang, possibly the best show of the weekend, NXT Takeover Dallas, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, this card is stacked. This card is every single match I want to see. Almost every match. There's one match that I'm on the fence of, but every other match, holy shit, I'm pumped, ladies and gentlemen. I am pumped. Pretty much, we're going to go down the card, tell you guys who I think is going to win, where it benefits them going forward, how I think that the industry of NXT and WWE are going to go forward with a lot of these characters and wrestlers and just kind of go from there. So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with the first match of the night. According to Wikipedia, we have Aries versus Baron Corbin. Now, Corbin has been in NXT for several years now, and he hasn't really made it to the top tier part of the card. I mean, he's there, but he's never in the main event scene. It looked like he was going to be in the main event scene earlier when he was in the Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn triple threat match, but that went out the window when they did a double submission tap out on him. Then he got tossed aside, and you know, what they did with him was pretty cool. They had him have an angle where he was pissed because he wasn't in the main event picture, and he went after Regal, and then Regal introduced us to Aries, and Baron Corbin just kind of destroyed him. Just hit him, beat him up, and told William Regal that this was his fault. Now, Aries is a guy that if you're not familiar with the indies and you don't know about him in the TNA, I mean, you won't know who he is. I know about him very, very little, but I've seen his matches out of the end of NXT because he hasn't even fought in NXT. I mean, I don't think he's had a match in NXT, which is kind of interesting. No match in NXT. Let's hope not to have any ring rust. But pretty much, who is going to win? Who is going to win this match? The way I'm thinking is, who would benefit best from winning this match? And I honestly feel like Baron Corbin is going to benefit best from beating Aries. I don't think that if Aries beats Corbin, it catapults him up the ladder or anything. I think that Corbin winning this helps him as a character, and I think Aries is going to fall somewhere in like the mid-tier of NXT for a little bit. I mean, it makes me curious as to if they'll ever add another belt in NXT to make people go after that as well, but might be too small for that. But I'm going with Baron Corbin just because I think it makes logical sense. We haven't seen Aries fight. We don't know how the crowd is going to feed off of him. And with Corbin, we know how the crowd feels. They just kind of boo him all the time. And I'm not even sure if they boo him because he's a heel or if they boo him because they don't like him. Nonetheless, I'm going with Baron Corbin. Next, we have the Revival versus American Alpha. Dash and Dawson versus Jordan and Gable for the NXT Tag Team Championship, ladies and gentlemen. I am pretty excited about this match. It's probably my most anticipated match on the NXT card, strictly because Dash and Dawson, they are some old school wrestlers. I mean, they had their little beef with Enzo and Kaz, and that was a great rivalry. And Dash and Dawson, man, they are some old school wrestlers. They aren't like the most appealing kind of guys where you really can get a big crowd behind them, but when you watch them wrestle, you're like, skills. And then here come American Alpha, Jordan and Gable, true wrestlers, guys that I feel should be a part of like Kurt Angle's new stable of when he was on Team Angle or something. Like, oh my god, like, that would be so awesome if Kurt Angle came back, Jordan and Gable joined him. I mean, woo, that'd be amazing. That's not gonna happen because I don't think Kurt Angle's coming back, and Jordan and Gable are a bit far from the main roster. But who is going to win this match? And again, I'm looking at this as who will benefit best. So Dawson and Dash have had the belts for a pretty good long time. Big Cass and Enzo have not been able to win the belts from them, and people just assume that's because Dawson and Enzo were coming up. We don't know. Maybe that's still happening. But now it's American Alpha's turn. Can American Alpha do something here? Now, I want American Alpha to win, but does it benefit the company of NXT to have them win? They're young, people love them, but they're still relatively new and haven't done much proving. You know what I mean? They've won several, they've beat a lot of the top tier teams right now, but I'm just wondering if maybe giving them the belts might push them too early. And I don't see Dash and Dawson coming up just yet. So in this match, although I want American Alpha to win, I think story-wise and as a benefit to everybody's characters and the overall look of the company, I don't think you have American Alpha beat Dash and Dawson here. I think you let Dash and Dawson, aka The Revival, not a great name, win, and maybe next takeover, we have Gable and Jordan take the belts from them. So I'm going with The Revival winning this one. So at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I was not looking forward to one match on this card, and that match is Apollo Crews versus Elias Samson. Samson. Ugh. Alright, so I love Apollo Crews. I think that we need a black wrestler that's that great and that good at wrestling to be on the main roster in a singles capacity. So, don't get me wrong, New Day rocks, but we need a guy like him. But he's not ready. He's not good on the mic. He's phenomenal in the ring. Great tech, like great look, great everything, great energy, but he's not ready for the mic to be at the main roster yet. And then you have Elias Samson, the guy that comes out with a guitar, Jeff Jarrett style. And I'm just left going, what are you doing? The previous NXT, he came out singing a song. And I'm just like, this character's awful. It's an awful character. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's not a character that I just enjoy. So in this one, it's another one that I'm looking at it at who benefits where. It doesn't benefit anybody for Apollo Crews to lose because Apollo Crews needs to be competing for the NXT title. So with things that are possibly going to be happening soon, you kind of believe that maybe Corbin and Apollo and other people are going to be up there in the upper echelon of the card going forward with NXT for that title. So I don't see how if Samson wins, it benefits Apollo. It might benefit Samson because it'll make him look like a threat, but he hasn't proven anything yet. So for this match, I'm gonna go with Apollo Crews taking out Elias Samson. Next we have Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I might have completely butchered his name, but the King of Hardstyle, or the guy that pretty much fights like Tony Jaa in The Protector. Dude uses his knees, his elbows, his kicks. Dude is phenomenal, and he is a living legend in New Japan and in all of the indies. I mean, the dude has been rocking it. And then you have Sami Zayn in this match. Now, Sami Zayn is already on the main roster, and he's in an intercontinental match at WrestleMania, and people believe that he's going to be having a rivalry with Kevin Owens this year. So then again, you have to look at it as a company person. Who does it benefit to win here? Sami Zayn has been in NXT for a long time now, and people really love him. He's like the Daniel Bryan of NXT. So then you bring in Nakamura, and you just go, if he beats Sami, people will know how serious he is. If you're not familiar with his indie stuff or his New Japan stuff, you don't know how good he is. To show it off against Sami and just show off like all the spots and how amazing he is in the ring, he can really elevate to the top tier of the card. And honestly, he should be on the main roster, but I honestly believe that they're keeping him here just to get him used to the American style of wrestling. So I'm honestly going to pick Nakamura to beat Zayn just because it makes sense. Zayn doesn't benefit from winning here. Zayn benefits from winning at WrestleMania. So Nakamura benefits from this win, and I believe that that's what the WWE sees, and they're going to have him win. Next, we have the Women's Championship belt between Bayley and Asuka. Holy shit, guys. This is going to be an insane match, guys. Like, we're talking greatness. This match has all the makings of the greatness that was Sasha versus Bayley. Asuka is so amazing in the ring. She fights like a jiu-jitsu fighter. It's insane. She's so good. But then you have Bayley, the one that the people love, the one that is just a fan favorite. She's the lovable girl next door that she's amazing. So this is where we're at with this one. This was a bit different. This was a bit more complicated than the other cards, because here I can't truly tell who benefits what. Is Bayley coming up soon? We don't know. I mean, I would believe so. And with the rumors that they're going to be changing the belt, it might make sense to bring Bayley up. I mean, Bayley's one of the best, is probably in the top 5 best wrestlers right now that WWE has. So to bring her up makes sense. But is it too soon for Asuka the same way that it might be too soon for American Alpha? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, people love her, Asuka, and her gimmick and her whole character. They love it. But are they ready to give up on Bayley? I'm not exactly sure. This is a tough one. This is the toughest one of the card. Honestly, it's like I don't honestly know where WWE wants to go with this. So I can go with my heart and say that Bayley loses and they bring her up to the main roster and they create the 4 horsewomen. But the way that the Divas, like the division up top, is looking right now, it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen soon. There's a lot of Divas up there that aren't doing anything. I don't want Bayley to go up there and do nothing. So as much as I would not be mad if Asuka did win, I feel that Bayley is going to win, and it might be what's best for business right now. So I'm going with Bayley. And here we are, the NXT Championship, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of the evening. Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. 2 men that should be already on the main roster, but they're not. So the question is here, what does WWE plan to do with Finn? And what does WWE plan to do with Samoa? Like, is NXT the heights of Samoa Joe? He's up in age. Is NXT the height? Is that as high as he's gonna get? Maybe. Is Finn Balor ready to unleash the Bullet Club or the Balor Club or Bulletproof or whatever they're gonna call it? Is that coming? Is that coming to WrestleMania? We don't know. So we have to look at it, what benefits people here. The rumors are that Vince wants Balor up on the main roster, and Triple H does not. So who wins there? Who does it benefit? If Balor does lose, does he show up on Monday Night Raw? Does he show up at WrestleMania? I don't know. But I believe that the Bulletproof, Bullet Club, Balor Club, whatever that's called, is coming real soon. Therefore, I believe that they're setting up Samoa Joe to be the new guy at the top and have Apollo Cruz or possibly Nakamura be the new good guy to go after. That makes sense to me. So I believe Finn Balor will lose this match. I could be wrong and Bulletproof could debut here, but the rumors are saying that they're gonna be Gallows and whatever the hell that other guy's name is, I'm drawing a blank, go up to the main roster. So I could be wrong. But I'm going with Samoa Joe in this match just because I think it makes sense for what's best for business. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my NXT Takeover Dallas predictions. Make sure that if you guys agree with my list, you guys comment below. Let me know what you think I was right on. If you disagree, let me know what I was wrong on. Make sure you like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more awesome NXT and WWE goodness. And pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace!
And all that visions are sitting high on my own gold throne. Never listening criticism, I built my own. From the bottom, I've gotten myself in my own zone. Never stopping, I made it in